Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Well, what a year 2023 has been, huh? I wanted to make a showcase video that shows off all the work I've done this year, but I'll also be uploading a showcase reel video that'll be much shorter than this one, and it won't have me talking in it, so if you'd rather not listen to me talk the whole time, you can just watch that. I also want to say thank you so much for your support this year. It has genuinely been amazing. 2023 has been an incredible year for me, and you guys definitely helped in doing that. So I feel like I owe you guys a really big thanks. Your support really means the world to me. It's really hard for me to properly describe how happy it makes me when I see people enjoying my avatars or my videos. And I feel like this year I got a lot more attention than I did last year. And Avi Fair 1 and Season 2 were a good help to that. But I think I also improved a little bit with my avatar making skills. Even just a tiny bit. Well, what did I get up to this year? Well, last year, I ended it with an expectation and a promise to you guys that I'll be making bigger and better avatars. And I feel like I nailed it. Starting off with a bang, I released Kai on the 4th of January. And this is the first time I tried doing avatar release videos too. Finally being able to make Kai public marked a moment where I truly wanted to push myself even harder. I loved working on Kai so much, I genuinely didn't think I could make something better than him. I would quite often tell my friends that I don't think I can do better than this, I think that's it. There was a period of time after his release where I just wanted to constantly work on him and nothing else. I get a kind of really weird feeling whenever I finish an avatar and release them. I get a sense of fulfillment, but I also feel a little bit of like emptiness. It's like I kind of get sad when I finish them. It's like I don't get to do any more development on them. Luckily, I can just do avatar updates, so they're not truly done with development. I can keep working on them when I want. But when they go out and they go public, it's like saying goodbye to a child. And you're like, go, be free. It's weird. However, that being said, not only did I reach the same level of Kai with my next avatar release, but I think I went even further. After months later and 2 teasers, Claire was released, alongside her release video. While Kai was a turning point in terms of my avatar development skills, Claire was a landmark moment for me in 2023. I fully developed and fleshed out an entire character through a dumb Google Doc that I wrote. That story that I wrote for her is roughly 4 pages long, and that helped me develop all of her avatar features and helped me develop her release video as well. I learned so much when I was in development with Claire. I got to properly experiment and use world constraints. I made a fully functional campfire that you can douse and put away and pick back up and all that stuff. And I also made the whole grabbing system for her items and equipment. It was such a fun time messing around with all those features in Unity. I really want to do it again. It's kind of dumb to say, but I feel like I poured a bit of my soul into Claire. She's very important to me, and I spent a really long time developing her. And I feel like she's the biggest release that I've done this year. She might not seem as complicated or as intricate as Kai, but I have put everything into her, and she's the big one of the year. Although there's a lot more coming up. I do have to also mention, of course, this is where my Ardor City series began. It began when I was writing the story for Claire. So, this is where you can see it start to bloom. After Claire, my world got a update, kind of like what you see here. It got a little update that involved a couple of things, but they were pretty minor. I'll just keep it simple though. 2 big things to take away from the update was the Avatar world got a new logo, and so did the Discord server. I wanted to try and make something that you could associate with me if you saw a logo or an icon or something. So I just used my big dumb head, and that's the logo. The other thing that did also happen was Tyler moved his avatars into his own world. He created his own avatar world, and he put all of his stuff in there. If you still haven't been there, please do go check it out and favorite it. He would really appreciate it, and I would really appreciate it. He definitely deserves more attention than he gets, to be honest. While a special summon was in development in the background, a little seemingly small update came out for Kai and Leon. This update was actually quite big. It changed a couple of the animators and the backend for both Kai and Leon to make him interact with future avatars. So this was a really important update for those two. And this led the way for me making a bunch of interactions later that I'll show you. This also meant that Leon and Kai could hurt each other now. Good fun! I'm skipping over a whole bunch of really small updates that happened, but next there was an update to 3 avatars that I really wish I kept doing more work on. Luca, Cody, and Nami. So for Luca, I gave her an actual proper audio toggle. I feel like she's actually properly complete now. She should have had an audio link toggle to begin with. Nami had a pass on her Fizbones to make him look a little bit better, and Cody got a material update to make his clothing look a little bit better in different lighting. 1 month later, to the day, almost to the hour for some reason, I released Kindred's teaser video. And this is the first time I got to properly showcase a video outside of the Work in Progress channel. I also tested running a little beta thing I really wanted to do. So for a weekend, I made her public, available for people to use. She was not finished, but I allowed people to test her out. I'm not too sure how well that went, mostly because it's difficult to get feedback from people, but my friends did try her out and they did enjoy her. So there's that. After that was Avifair Season 1, and that was fantastic. I had so much fun. That was the first time I ever got to be a part of an event or a fair like that as a booth owner. That's where I made Kai and did his little pose and made the little cool posters and stuff, but I also made a video specifically for it too. I think my favorite thing about Avifair Season 1 was that I got to meet a ton of creators and other people that are like-minded, and just getting to chat with them about avatar creating or just their interest and passion in avatar creating was amazing. It was so much fun. I truly cherish those times. The next update was a kind of really cool one. I got a new gun for Kai. A friend of mine, Kiri, thank you so much for making the gun. It is amazing. It's public, anyone can use it. I'll actually go and put a link to it in the description or wherever, and you can go get it yourself too. This was a new update for Kai's gun. It gave me a chance to actually show off some more features for his gun, and you can see a proper cooldown system. So when you actually fire the pistol, the vents would open up and it expels heat. Then it finally happened, my next mainline release, and it is Kindred. Kindred dropped at the end of September, along with a 13-minute long release video. This is the first time I really got to show off my skills, not just avatar making, but also story writing, character writing, and video editing. It was very intense making that video. Both the script writing and the filming and the editing, it was all very intense, and I was working very, very hard on getting that done as soon as possible. I'm super proud of it. I'm very proud of both Kindred, and I'm proud of the video as well. Kindred is actually deceptively simple. Under the hood, she's far more complicated. She's on par, if not more, than both Claire and Kai. I really wanted to focus in on having the companion aspects to Kindred feel really good. Her legacy version was just something that would kind of sit there and you could make it scan, but I wanted something to be a lot more in-depth, a lot more interactive, something intuitive and fun to use. And I feel like I did a really good job. I think I really nailed that. Following Kindred's release 15 days later, the Halloween event happened, or the Halloween update, and that saw 2 new avatars. This also included the Halloween version of my world too. Firstly, Arthas was actually a kind of joke. I made him because I thought it would be funny to have a Crusader Nanachi. But people ended up saying that they really enjoyed him, they thought he was fun. So I did what I usually do and put in way too much time than I should have, and made him a fully fleshed out avatar. He's got a bunch of different fun features, including like different weapons you can switch out. You can clean the blood off your claymore, you got a big shield that's interactive, you can put down a battle standard, so on and so forth. I definitely wanted to make sure he wasn't just a Nanachi with armor on. I wanted to give him something to do, make him fun to be interactive and hit people, or I don't know, roleplay if you want, I don't know. But he's a lot of fun to use, and he was a lot of fun to make too. I also released something in a new type of avatar category I'm calling Secret Avatars. This one is the Infected Feral, and he comes from Kindred's release video. This particular avatar was designed specifically for Kindred's release video, so he was super not user-friendly, kind of clunky, and a lot of things were just thrown in to work. But I couldn't just give you guys something like that. I wouldn't feel good if I just gave you an avatar that's clunky, right? So I spent a bunch of time on him. I gave him a bunch of different toggles. I cleaned up all of his animator layers. I made him intuitive, and I made him interactive. Something you might not know about, and a lot of people don't, because I'm bad at telling people stuff. He's actually really interactive with Kindred. If you're using Kindred and you shoot an arrow at an infected feral, the arrow will stick out of him, just like in the video. The infected feral also interacts with Kai and Leon too. So the infected feral can damage both of them and they can damage him. Moving on from the Halloween update, and hopefully a surprise to many people, it came December and I released 2 new avatars again. Why do I keep doing this? It also came with the Christmas update to my avatar world. These 2 avatars are examples of what I'm going to be doing when I approach making avatars next year. I had a whole discussion about remakes and remasters and mainline avatars, and I did an update video on that too. Abbey Fair Season 2 was up next, and that was a ton of fun. I got to properly showcase off Kindred, I got to make a cool little booth, I got to show off Arthas, and I also managed to show off Bean and Sarah too. I had a lot of fun making Kindred's booth, and I loved making her pose. She's so much fun to pose and play with. I enjoyed that a lot. And that leads us to today, the last few days left of 2023. I just want to say again, thank you so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. I deeply appreciate it, and I love you all so much. Now, you're probably thinking, what's coming up next year? What do I have planned, and what should you expect? I don't know, avatars. I make avatars, I don't know. What do you want from me?